Hello, crafty friends. This is the Paper Chef here. In today's card tutorial, you're going to learn how to create these two cards using the Bird's Eye View stamp set. That is this stamp set here, featured in this month's Card on Blue Card Club. And we're going to be using the Earthen Elegance Designer Series paper. Let me show you what that looks like. It's double-sided. You have all of this in your Card on Blue kit from the month of July. Okay, here's what the pieces look like. You have enough supplies to make 2 of each of these cards. I'm just going over how to make these right now. And then we're also going to use one of the stamps from a former paper pumpkin kit. That's this little stamp here called Enjoy Your Day. All right, so in the last Card on Blue session, we created the first 2 cards. And I'll go over all of these and some more cards created with Bird's Eye View a little bit later in this tutorial. Let me put that there because I see there's a glare up there. Now what I've done is I was going to keep working on the Beautiful Balloons workshop series that we're having this month, but you know what? I had all this stuff out and I kept on making Bird's Eye View cards. So while it was out, and then I had to put it away for making next month's club kit, I had all these markers ready and I was like, let me just go ahead and finish off the card club for this month. And then after that, if you're in both my workshop series or you're checking out both of those, we'll get back to that. So what you need, and I'm not going to have you do any of the embossing or die cutting tonight, just the stamping. It's good. What you're going to need are these pieces. These are from the Stylish Shapes Dies. Again, your card kits come with so many extra things made for you. It's a labor of love. It saves you loads and loads of time when creating cards. It includes, you're going to be using these embossed pieces of copper clay, more Stylish Shapes Dies, like these. And then you even have extra pieces, but we'll use this one for the smile. You have a couple extra shapes there in case you don't have that same stamps that I'm using. And this one here. So we're going to be using all these pieces. So let's start with Memento Black because we're using the Stampin' Blends to color. It's good to stamp the book and then the bird. Now, hopefully, I put all the stamps back good. After I washed them, I'm like, tell me I have the stamps here. All right, we're going to flip that upside down. And you're going to put it, the flat side on the stamping block, and then always stamp onto your paper a few times, onto your grid paper, till you get a crisp image. There you go. It took me a few tries. You see that? And I wouldn't want to go right to my cutout image. And I always like to cut out the images. I mean the die cut pieces before I do all this work, right? Before I do all the stamping, because I'm not sure which I'm going to color them yet. I color them later based on the card paper, based on the paper I'm using. Okay, so that's the only time we're going to need the book. So I'm going to remove the book, put that over there, and now we're going to need the bird that's going to be wearing the monocle. So let's find the little bird. This bird here. And I love the wings of this bird. We're going to go flat side up. Dip into the ink. Oh, that one's a good crisp image right away. Now we want the little bird to stand on top of the book. So we stamp that on there. All right. The only thing is I want his foot. I'm going to have to extend the foot. So let me get a marker. So the foot got cut off. So what I'm just going to do is extend the foot a little bit. Oops, not that side of the marker. I'm just using my black marker. And I'm going to go like that and make the foot down there. Because I want his foot to be seen. Right? There you go. Something like that. And then because I made the foot a little longer, I'm just going to fix the foot. All right. So then the other side. All right, that one came out better. See, it's better to make sure the foot is on top of the book. Let's do the rest of the stamping. Not the sentiments, just the rest of the stamping for the blending. We need to get the little circles from the Stylish Shapes Dies. And this bird here, oops, not that bird, it was this bird here. Okay, so we put that bird flat side up. You're going to see examples of everything from this set. I used every stamp in the set for the cards I'm going to show you. We've even done ScanNCut tutorials on how to cut these images out with your ScanNCut. And I even used this when I did an alignment tutorial for the ScanNCut, showing you how to align your machine. So if you missed all those, this is the 4th video I'm doing on this stamp set. So if you got this as part of your card on blue or just got this as one of my customers, you are getting your money's worth from this stamp set. Here, let's not, just for your OCD people, I'm going to turn that upside down, right? So now we're going to do some coloring. And for the birds, I like to use crumb cake. She used dark and light crumb cake. So we'll start with, I did stamp 2 of these just in case I mess up, but I don't really need to color 2 of these. We're just going to have them ready to color in case. So for each section, I like to start with the darker blend of the pair. So dark crumb cake, and then I get the light crumb cake, and just pull that color in to blend the 2 colors together. It's alcohol markers, kind of a little circular motion there. I'm just going right over the eye because the eye is a black dot for this case. So just go over those colors. Go over the dark with the light. The top of my nib is not that good, so sometimes I go out of the lines with that. So just gonna cut. This is called a color lifter, if you're not familiar with that. Now I like to color the wings first that are dark. So I just alternated. I just went like that. Let's see. I just thought it looked cute, so just color every other one dark. So have you made your cards from the first set yet? The ones where we used the masterfully made designer series paper. Have you made the first set of really colorful cards? I hope you did, because then you're going to be used to coloring these books. Okay, I think for the bottom, I just used dark. So, of course, you can follow along from anywhere in the world, not just members of my card club. The members of my card club just get spoiled in different ways because every 6 months they get a swag bag and they get all the card bases already cut, scored, and folded for them, the die cut pieces, a little treat, some embellishments. I can show you next month's kit, which I just worked on. Now, this month's already too late because you have to order the kit by the 10th of the month. You have to subscribe by the 10th of the month, I should say. And then, so if you didn't do that by the 10th of July and you subscribe now, then you're going to be getting the August kit, which I'm already sending out. Oops, I got to do dark for this section. I just did every other one, dark and light. I'm sending out 4 or 5 tomorrow. Those are the people who already prepaid and they subscribed early. Now, as there's a PayPal subscription model, so as people pay with PayPal, it's automatic. If you choose that model, you can just pay every month. You don't have to subscribe, and you don't have to subscribe every month. It's just that those who subscribe for 6 months in a row get the swag bag. Now, those who just subscribe once in a while, that's fine too. And of course, you could just use your credit card and just pay one time. But if you subscribe with PayPal, every month it'll just bill you automatically. You don't have to do anything. It's easy peasy. And I'm just going to use crushed curry for the beak. I already had the crushed curry marker out for the other day. So now we want to put the monocle on there. But I don't want the monocle. The monocle's really long. And I don't want it to like fall into the books. So what I did is, see how it goes on the eye and it might go down to the book? Oh, actually, it doesn't touch the book. If it does touch the book, it can hang down that low if you want it to. But what I did, I just took a sticky note. I didn't want it to go down that long. So I just put a sticky note there at the bottom of the bird's body, see? So then when I put the monocle on, it doesn't go hanging down. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's beyond words. These little birds are so cute. All right, now let's they make me happy. I hope they make you happy too. I'm opening up the copper clay, and we're going to stamp that one on with the copper clay. So tap, tap, tap. Always do a little bit of practice before you stamp. And then look through there and stamp it on. All right, there it is. It looked lighter in my sample, so I wonder if I used, yeah, I thought I used copper clay. Well, copper clay is a coordinating color. Either way, I could have used pecan pie, which we're going to use for the 1 sentiment. So either way, peel that off. And we're trucking right along, and now let's color the books. Like I said, this one was just an extra. Put that one over there. So for the books, I have, let's see. The top of the books, I'm using the Pebbled Path, the light and dark Pebbled Path. And I changed to Pebbled Path. I still use a bit lighter grays in other parts, but I mean, in the other card, I used different kinds of grays, but this one I'm just using Pebbled Path because it's one of the coordinating colors. It's kind of dark though, so I may have used gray granite. I'm just going to try it though. If I did use gray granite, you're going to tell. No, it's okay. If you want, use gray granite or smoky slate. Neutrals are neutrals. They'll work fine for your book. And whenever something's too dark, just use the color lifter to make it lighter. Now these, I have, let's see, that looks like pecan pie. I forgot to take the pecan pie out, so we'll take that out. So let's see, dark. When I make the cards like a while back, I have to take better notes sometimes, but I don't ever know how I'm going to make something until I make it. It's when creativity strikes, I just sort of start coloring. The way I get creative inspiration is from the paper itself. I just look and see what colors are in the paper. And whichever coordinating colors are in the paper, I just start coloring all my objects with those colors, and they all look so good on the paper. And it makes it look like I'm an expert color picker. Well, I mean, I am kind of an expert color picker, but not because of this time. In this case, I didn't have to pick the colors. I usually know which colors to pick, but in this case, I didn't have to do anything. I just looked on the back. I looked in the catalog, which colors are used in the Earthen Elegance paper, and that's the colors I'm coloring. So then I chose Moody Mauve. Again, it coordinates. Any kind of mauve is not my favorite thing, but the Moody Mauve came out really cute, like with this project. So let's see, just doing a little. And what am I using as a guide? Use your own cards as a guide. Use my card as a guide. Feel free to use the same color palette I'm using. I'm just looking over there and seeing what I did before. If something came out good, I repeat it. If it didn't come out good, I just try something new. Don't overthink this. The reason I work so hard for you is just to save you time and help you just get your projects done and be inspired. Makes it fun for everybody to have more projects. Okay, so let's just do that. I'm using Pretty Peacock now. So that was Moody Mauve, Pretty Peacock. The dark and now the light. And then the sides of the book, I just went back to the same. I just used crumb cake like I did before for the sides of the book. So we'll do dark, light, dark. Dark, light, and then dark. Just to give them the feel like they're piled up there. And if you want to look like they have streaks, you can always remove some color with the color lifter, and they'll look more like they have streaks. Voila. The only thing I think this needs, you know what I'm going to say, Wink of Stella. The glitter. Doesn't everything need Wink of Stella? This was one of the little extra gifties you got in your July kit. So we are using the heck out of this Wink of Stella. Be careful not to smear those glasses because the monocle. The blends don't tend not to smear, but the regular ink could smear a little. Regular ink, our regular colors are water-based, but our markers are alcohol-based. That's why you could use the same color of a marker next to a stamp pad that's water-based, and they might be slightly different colors. Okay, hopefully you can see that has nice shine on it. And it makes people happy. Now we're going to color the little birdies. I'm just going to do the little beak here. I don't need to color both birds, but while I'm there, I might as well color both beaks. And now let's use this one as a guide. Just pretty much crumb cake, right? I'm like, there's not much there. And then the copper clay for the glasses. I always do the glasses last. Because all it will do is still just going to get in the way and it could smear. But if you do, I'm just using the thick side here. Brush side. And now I'm going to use the thin side. I mean, not the thin side, the light. That was crumb cake, and I'm going to use the light one. And it's time to order some crumb cake markers. Crumb cake blends, I mean. I'm just blending the two colors together so they're not so harsh. And then I'm going to go, and I'm going to use the thin side for over here. I'm using dark on that wing. Oh, that squeaky noise is so annoying. I'm just saying it before any of you do. State the obvious, right? All right, there we go. And now, the glasses. I'm going to use this one for the glasses. We're going to use the round glasses. Now, last time we used, in the last tutorial, we got to use that pair of glasses. So you're getting to use everything. Hopefully this is all inspiring you to make different things with your, I mean, feel free to change it up too. Like I'm changing up this card today. I think I'm going to use Moody Mauve for the background because when I first cut the card bases, I cut a bunch of extras of that color. But this one, I think I'll use the same color I did there. So I'm just stamping the glasses on my pad, on my grid paper there, right? And then I'm going to stamp them onto the little birdie. Oh, so happy when the stamp just comes out nice, especially after doing all that blending, right? It's like nice to have the stamp come out nice. Okay, now we're going to move that to the side. We'll do Wink of Stella on that in a moment. I mean, look at the difference. There's no comparison. He needs the glasses. Or she. It could be a she. It's like she looks like, I identify with that birdie. She looks like me with the big old glasses. All right, then we got this and this. So let's go ahead and do, these are stylish shapes dies again. I'm going to use pecan pie for this word smile. And then, let's see, pretty peacock. Pretty peacock for the other sentiment. So we got the smile. Get that. I'm just grabbing another stamping block. Now the smile comes from this one, Circle Sayings, which we used in our June card club. And we'll keep using this throughout the year. Because once my card club members invest in something, I want to keep on using it. Oh, that came out nice. Okay, so this is pecan pie. Oops, look how nice it came out on the mat. And then something happened where it smeared. I wonder what that was. It looks like there's like a piece of something. Nope, and now it's back to being perfect again. Weird. It was like some kind of lint or something got stuck on it. Let's look in my bucket of crafty goodness and see what else I have. I know I have some more shapes. I think you get these little things from like the Dollar Tree and stuff. So just making another one. Oops, make sure it's flat there. And it's on there. Okay, so now I have a couple. Oops, and when that happens, you just get your marker. And hopefully, if you're crafty, you have like the markers and the blends, because it's easy to then take the marker, the thin side of the marker, and just sort of fix any time the stamp messes up. I don't use the markers for coloring much. I use them for fine lines and things when it messes up, because the markers are kind of dark for coloring. See, so I fixed it. Okay, now where were we? We need the Enjoy Your Day. And then this one, because it's smeared, I'm not even going to save it. I usually would turn things over like that and color with it, but the stylish shape styles don't look really good turned over because the stitching is on the one side. All right, so we're going to do Enjoy Your Day. So I'm just looking around for what I did with that one. Okay, it was from a paper pumpkin kit. Okay, and I let the kiddos, I used this in a career day, and so I thought it was an easy stamp set to use with little kids. They made little flowers and things. I was teaching them some basics of stamping. Okay, enjoy your day. Now what I did for this one is I just turned it this way, the little square, hold it for a few seconds, and then drop it. Oh, that came out nice. I'm going to move that over and try it again. Paper pumpkin kits are great for kids' crafts because you just grab them and everything you need is right in there. Okay, I lift it up, and if it doesn't fall off, then I just poke it off. I didn't do any blending on the edges of those sentiments. It's just easy peasy. So now we'll talk about the cards. And I'm writing which cards, like for my samples here. Even though I'm changing that one to Moody Mauve, I'm just gonna write what color I use. So for this card, let's just do this one, because this one's longer. We have to draw a longer picture. So that one's going to be long. So that's the longer card is 11" by 4 1/4. And then you're going to score at 5 1/2. And that card is going to be your pecan pie card. Okay. And what you should do, I mean, I put all my things into notebooks. Like, this is my reference. So you should have these too for your cards. Get yourself a journal or notebook for your cards. This one is 8 1/2. Sorry, I just had to look for a second. This one is going to be your Misty Moonlight card. Misty Moonlight. And it's going to be 8 1/2 wide by 4 and 1/4 inch tall. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It is 5. It's scored at 4. It's 5 and 1/2 inch tall. It's 8 1/2 wide by 5 1/2 inch tall, and then it's going to be scored at 4 and 1/4. All right, so now for both the next parts, whether you have this piece or this piece, it doesn't really matter, right? You still need, the next layer is always going to be just your typical, this is your A2 card, 5 and 1/4 by 4 inches high. 5 and 1/4 by 4 inches high. So let's attach them. And like I said, I'm going to change up the style. I'm not going to use that. I think I had some Moody Mauves. I was going to try that. So I'm trying that one instead of the Misty Moonlight over here. And then I'm going to, for this one, I'll still use the pecan pie. And now I'm going to take out the pieces. I should already have these done. Hopefully they're in here. Okay, look, this is a piece that I've already embossed for you. I'm using the Basics 3D embossing folders. So that piece goes on there like so. Okay, I think I have enough Seal Plus refill in here, so I'm just going to put some. Ooh. When that happens, just get it quick before it rips your paper. Sometimes this thing is powerful. So go slow with it. Okay, I have to get it. This is Seal Plus. I have to just get it worked again. Go slow with that if you have a little rip in your paper. It didn't rip all the way through because the paper has a good thickness to it, so it's still good. So we're going to attach that onto here. And now for this one, since I did use Moody Mauve for that paper, you know, for that one layer, I'm going to change it up. So this is what you could use. You could use that, but I'm not going to use that. Like if you're using my card kit and your piece of Misty Moonlight, you want your next layer to look like this, but I want my next layer to look like this. Because, oh, actually, you know, that one will be for that. I think I'm going to use that one for that card. I want my next layer to look here. I'm going to use this one. I just need something to contrast, right? To contrast with the Moody Mauve. Now, I don't cut your paper for you. You do that yourself, and that you have lots of extra paper when you're done, right? So that's the nice part. 4 by 5 1/4. So that's that layer. Like I said, 4 by 5 1/4. Now this one, I can use this one for the next layer, and your next layer would be this piece there. Actually, I'm just going to use this piece because anything that will contrast. So now we want to go 1/4 inch smaller, 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. And then we want to go, let's see, 1/2 inch smaller. Let's see. I think that I kind of like, this paper looks like dripping paint. Three 3/4. I'm going to do 3.25. .25 by 4 1/4. I think that was the right measurement. So I'll write it down. Yep. Oops. No, it was even smaller than that. Nope. Oops, I messed up something. By 4 1/2. Okay, we'll just use, I already have a piece here. 4 1/2. It was 4 1/2 wide, but I had the height right. 4 1/2 wide, but my height was right. By 3 1/4. I should have this memorized by now. All right, there we go. 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. There's one in between there, but let me just write down that. 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. I just got to write that part before I forget. All right, so there we go. So you have like one that's like that, and then you also have one that's just 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So those are your three layers. You basically just went, 1/4 inch smaller than this, and then you went 1/4 inch smaller than that, and then you went down by 1/2 inch. That's all. Oh, I don't like that. Doesn't really contrast that much, does it? Can I use that piece over there? I don't know. Oh, that looks good. I think I'm just gonna use, I think I might just use that side. But then how will the white look like on that one? Let's see. Put a piece of, let me see if the white will contrast. Yeah, that'll look good. All right, that'll look better then. And it'll be interesting too. Let me get out some glue. Sometimes you do things because they're more interesting, and sometimes you do things because, like, I don't like these two colors together, you know, so they don't contrast well enough. But it's your card. Do whatever you wish. Because you have lots of extra paper to use, and you have enough paper to make 2 of each of the cards I gave you, because I gave you 12 sheets, so you have more than enough paper. There's 2 of each sheet. It's nice, it's like a cute little, like you're taking like an Earthen Elegance earthy paper and you're making it into sort of a cute little feminine card, I think. It's kind of nice. I like how you could take these earthy tones and turn them into something. So, all right, Janet is saying she just finished. Hello, Janet. She's just finished making the bird's eye view cards, and now she's happy to make more. That was me. Right after the last video, I made a couple more cards, and now I have so many. They're so fun to make. Yeah, I like that. Now let's find that square, this piece, and put that there, and enjoy your day. Now, the only thing is I might use a piece of that copper clay ribbon behind it because it needs something along the back now just to break that really light color up. Or a piece of designer series paper. But we're going to be using copper clay for the other cards, so let's just use some of the ribbon. Now, in your kit, you have some glittered organdy and some copper clay. So my mom gave you more than enough ribbon. My mom does all my ribbons for me now. Whatever she can do, whatever she can still see. 91 years old. She's amazing. She even saves all these little pieces for me at the end. She's like, there's extras, and she puts them back on the roll. Anywho, whatever she can do without being able to barely see, she just does for me. She's a good help, because this card club is made possible because of her, and my other workshop, because when I wasn't living with her, I wasn't able to do a lot of these things. Not to mention, most of the time I was doing Stampin' Up, I had a full-time job. And now I'm doing this full-time. I'm just putting this like that, and I'm going to... Yep, I like it. It breaks up the card. So what I'm going to do is just cut it at a little bit of an angle at the end here. But I don't want it to hang over the card. So I'm just cutting it at a little bit of an angle. It's kind of hanging over the edge, but let's see if this one, it just depends on if they're even. I don't think I want to make it that close to the edge. More like this. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit away from the edge. I'm going to go for that. That look. All right. So Deborah is here from New South Wales, Australia. Hello. Diana, it's earlier there in Arizona. I hear you guys are having such a major heat wave. Oh, I like that. I like the copper clay behind there. One of my many jobs I've had was in Bahrain, And boy, I know about being hot. I'm just seeing if I can put like the dimensionals down first. So, because you don't want dimensionals sticking straight to the ribbon because the things won't stick. Like when you stick them straight to the ribbon, the ribbon doesn't let the dimensionals stick on it. That's why you need to stick this partially on the paper. I think I might move it over slightly. Ah, it's not going to let me. It's so tight. Oh, there we go. Because I want the ribbon to stick out from it on the right side a little bit. There we go. I like that. And then for this one, I'm just putting the dimensionals like up on the top. Don't worry that the things run through. All right. Hello, Phil from Florida. Sharon from Southern New Jersey. Yeah, my hand's feeling better. I still got the lump. You can see the lump on there. I don't know if the lump's ever going to go away. People tell me that sometimes like you get, see, I don't have a lump on that hand. Sometimes people say you get like a bone bruise and it doesn't go away, or it takes a really long time to go away. Now, thumb is feeling better. I mean, it's starting to feel better and I'm able to move it more, but boy, I just hope that lump doesn't stay there forever. That would not be cool. Especially a crafter. Like injuring your hand as a crafter is terrible, and it makes you really think about like, oh no, what will I do? All right, so anyway, not to complain about me. Hello, Anna. We have to remain positive. Yes, nothing like scholarly birds. That's what Diana said. Hi, Caroline. Happy, she's happy for more birds. You already have this kit, Caroline, and I'm going to be sending you your next kit soon. And hello, Linda. Your kit will be coming soon for the month of August. All right, so that's all you need for this card. These 3 layers, right? And that's it. So that's the card. Oh, I did put something there. I forgot. I put a little piece of, you can't even tell. I like the ribbon better, though. I would say use your ribbon if you have enough ribbon. But otherwise, I did put a little piece of Designer Series paper back there because even when I was doing this card, I thought I need to break it up. But that little piece, it's Pebble Path, I don't think it has enough contrast back there. So I would say use ribbon or something with contrast. All right, for the next card, this one I believe was 3 inches wide. So I'm guessing. So let's just try it. This one, let's see what this one. It's going to be a 1/4 inch bigger than this one. What was this one? Yeah. So it's 3 inches wide. We're going to use this paper because I do love this paper. 3 inches wide. And then it should be 4 1/4 if I make it in proportion, 4 1/4. I'm guessing I did that right, so let's make sure. Okay, 3 by 4 1/4, we'll write that down for you. And then we have this little guy. And it's half of whatever this is. So let's see what this is. Whatever this is, 1 3/4, it's about. I'm just gonna guess it's 3/4 of an inch. That's what we're gonna make it. And if it's not, it's the other side. We'll try it. We're gonna try it and figure out what I did. Oop. That was 3/4. It doesn't, maybe it's bigger than that. So it's an inch. Or it could be like 7 inch. So somewhere between that. Maybe 7/8 of an inch. It was somewhere between these two. It was exactly half the distance of the one you had left. So 7/8 of an inch. All right, so there we go. Let's write down that one first before I forget. 7/8 of an inch high by 3 inches wide. And then this one is going to be 3 inches wide by 4 1/4 high. All right, so that's all there is to that. Oops. We're going to get and we're just going to put some ribbon on it, and we're going to fray the ribbon a little bit. Frayed knot. All right, let's put this here. I really love this piece of Misty Moonlight. I usually would cut these pieces together because they usually don't fit exactly together if you don't cut them together. But these two fit together nicely. All right, putting the lid on there. So for this part, you see how the leaves kind of have like this cool texture to them? They are facing up though. The leaves and the bubbles, I wanted them to face up. So just kind of keep that in mind when you put that on your paper. I mean, it wouldn't really matter that much if they're facing down, but since it is a bird and I'm trying to do the nature, I was going for the nature scene there. And then we have one of these copper clay. We need that. We need the piece of ribbon behind it. And we're going to fray the ribbon a bit. So to fray the ribbon, just first cut the ribbon the size you want it, and then we're going to fray it. Let's see. I'm going to make it a little bit longer in case I mess up. So a little bit longer than we need. And then I use the take your pick tool usually to help me fray it. You're just basically getting in there and pulling the threads out. That's all. See how you're just fraying it? You're just pulling some extra threads, yanking them out. They should, oh wow, it looks like a peacock. They should come out. There we go. And then I can cut that extra part off. So, ooh, that's what I wanted. How nice. That frayed nicely. So just start yanking threads out, and then you'll get that really cool fray in your ribbon. It gets all over your table, right? So let's see where we're at with our fray. So that's cool on that side. This one probably is a little too long. Okay, so let's try, because I don't want to go over the card. And this was kind of like a necessity. Like basically when I start fraying ribbons on a card, it's because I got a little thread here, and then it came, see, there my thread just came out. That's what I want. When the big thread comes out, you got a good fray. So sometimes I was making cards and then the ribbon just unfrayed itself. Oh, look how nice. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. And that's how I ended up fraying the ribbon. I usually don't want to start out with frayed ribbon. Like I try to just cut ribbon at an angle. Yep, it looks good. I want it to be like bigger than the circle. See, just you get that. So I'm trying to make it so it sticks out the back of the circle. So then just put some adhesive there. And put that there. And then you want to attach this again with dimensionals, but don't put the dimensionals right on the ribbon. That doesn't stick well. Try something like that. Actually, we'll put this one over here to make the circle balanced. Okay, that'll look good. And then I tend to put it that side of the embossing, like that's a deboss side. I tend to put the raised side. Okay, let's find our little guy. Oops, I was supposed to put that down further. That's okay. The whole thing was down on the bottom third, I think. I could put this guy down further, but I'm saying I was supposed to put this whole circle down further. I don't think I was supposed to put here. I mean, not really supposed to do anything, right? It's a darn card. But what I'm saying is, on my example, I put it down further. So I'm going to see. That might not stick to the ribbon that much, but I'm going to do that. Something like that. So that way this thing will fit there. There's a little bit of adhesive sticking out over there, so I'm just going to get my little spatula and push it under because I can't get it off of my hand at this point. So I'm just pushing that adhesive under. Okay, so my little birdie is over here. Cool. And I have stuff sticking everywhere. Let's put some dimensionals behind the birdie. Yay. We are done a lot of bird's eye view cards. That looks better down below. So I actually could have put the whole middle part down below, but I think that looks fine too. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Lynn. Thank you. I'm glad you like my color combinations. I'm just going to move that up so you can see those measurements as I show you the rest of these cards. All right, so let me move the stamps out of the way so we don't get anything on them. Today we have concluded the July Card on Blue Card Club. So if you recall, in June we started Card on Blue Card Club. Thank you to all my founding members. I really appreciate you. We created these cards with the circle sayings. In June, we made all these different designs. And I need to start packaging these up. I haven't even put the inside layers yet. Okay, now July, we've been making these cards. We made these two on our last video. Wait, not these two. I'll show you. I have extras too. We made this one. We made these two and these two. Okay, so this is what we made in the last video. So if you missed it, we used the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper as opposed to the Earthen Elegance we used today. And we created all of these fun cards, and we used the glittered organdy ribbon on some of these cards. And a bunch of different colors, but we still colored the books the same way, just with colors that coordinate with the Designer Series paper. So I really like how those came out. And then I did a scan and cut video where I showed you how to cut out lots of critters for your crafty goodness. Thank you, Dara. Thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. And please, if you all would do that and subscribe if you're new here. These are some bird's eye view critters that I cut out with the ScanNCut. I have more. I have lots and lots of things I've been cutting out. And I just haven't used them all yet. There are just so many of them, so many pieces. Okay, so those were ones made with Masterfully Made. And then, here's some cards I started to create. See, I just have pieces ready to go. I can just put together cards really easily when you have these pieces all ready to go. Now, I can even use these for sympathy if I need to, because they're not decorated yet, right? So you don't have to just have it really. These cards will puts a smile on someone's face, even if you were trying to do a sympathy card. And here's a couple more with the Earthen Elegance using the ScanNCut. So this is how I cut them out. And then I did the little bookmark. So if you stamp the bird onto the bookmark, you can cut them both out as one piece. And now for next month, stick around for another minute. I'm showing you what we're making for the August Card on Blue Card Club. Hello, Crafty Mom. Melissa's watching from Texas. Thank you. Sharon. Thank you, Lynn. All right. Here is what my members voted on, and only members get to vote. The rest of you surely get to watch, but the members get to vote on which stamps that we're using. So for the month of August, they voted for Sea Turtle. It's a reversible stamp set, so you can do 2 colors with 1 stamp. It's pretty cool. The stamps are smaller on the front of the package than they are in real life, so the stamps are pretty big. So we're using the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. And again, circle sayings for this next month's card club. And then here's one. I actually smeared that a little bit, but we'll create it again live. And then I'm using the paper pumpkin waving hello. I thought that was really cute. Waving hello from the Fun in the Sun paper pumpkin kit with next month's club. So that's these 2 cards. And then these 2 cards, a whole different color scheme. You're getting the idea. I designed all these cards for you. These use the colors from Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. These use the cards from Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. We're always going to be doing a blue card if I can help it, because it's a Card on Blue card club. So I like to put something blue in every card club. So we have the sea stars, and then we have some wild wheat going on and some mossy meadow old olive. So we'll be making these cards next month. And now it's neck and neck for the next 2 for the September club. They're voting. And the votes are neck and neck for, it's called Hugs. Wait, something about hugs. I forget what it's called. Handmade hugs or something. And the other one was Taco Fiesta. So the voting is going on right now for the next club after that, for the September club. And then we'll start working on that. And now, in the meantime, we still have our beautiful balloons going on. That's this workshop series that we have going on this month. Beautiful balloons. We're making lots of stuff with beautiful balloons this month. So don't miss out on that. And Hello Chuck is going to be going on next month. And I have Christmas in July coming up on my channel. And I will get this, well, the plan is to get this card shown to you and how to make it and color it by the end of July, so we could do it as a Christmas in July project. And I'm going to be showing you some other online exclusives. This was from the online exclusive called Horse and Sleigh. And that's the project we'll be making. And then I'm going to be, playing around with these two. Trucking Along bundle and the So Very Merry stamp set. So you have lots of stuff coming up this month and next month. So keep on following and keep on crafting. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. This is The Papered Chef.